Stop running coach suggestions. This is costing you games. Coach suggestions will have you choosing random plays with no plan, only down and distance based, and then they're not even good plays. Here's where we're going to break down how to run an effective scheme where you manipulate the defense to your will and take control of the game. If you like content like this, consider liking and subscribe to the channel where I break down concepts, deep dives into different formations, playbook breakdowns on both offense and defense to help you become a better player. Let's get into the video. Here I'm going to break down 4 possessions quickly of showing code suggestions versus an actual scheme here out of my trips halfback week from Alabama. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to check that video out. Code suggestions, like I said here, look, they give us 2 read options from the same formation and a pass play in mesh corner. So the purpose of this is not that I can't make the plays work. It's that you don't know where they're coming from because they're just in random formations. And if you don't do that, then you have a hard time manipulating the defense. You have a hard time making accurate reads because their computer is choosing your plays for you. You have no direction of your offense. You're just picking, running, and again, plays can work. It's not about whether they can or can't work, but it's the selection of plays. There's no scheme. You don't know what you're running, and you really can't control the defense. So I'm just going to show you plays here. I think for the most part, I'm a pretty decent offensive player as far as reading defenses, so I can make the correct reads and pass plays. But again, so we're just going to show you, right? Just everything is coach suggestion here. This isn't about whether the drive can work. Anything can work once or twice. It'd be nice if Texas Tech put up some kind of resistance here instead of making coach suggestions look like it is the move. But I assure you it's not. And when I get on offense for our next possession, I will show you exactly why running a scheme is so much more beneficial. I can control, manipulate, and I can make audibles. Versus if you come out and code suggestions, right, is you don't know the audibles you're going to make. You don't know what else is in this formation because you're just choosing random plays. So again here, as the drives, we've made it look pretty easy, but again, I don't think we've had one formation. We may have had one play where we had the same formation picked, but that doesn't make a good offense, right? Good user. Any human player, right, on defense, they are going to make different adjustments. They're going to pick different defense. They're going to try and take different things away from us here. So again, so we saw that was a pretty successful possession on offense, despite going against what we're talking about here. But I'm going to show you here is I'm going to run my entire offense. And this here, I have control over. If I like certain reads, I will choose a different play. I feel like I can exploit this coverage here, doing this. And I'm going to stay in this formation the entire drive and just show you how effective it can be. And I'm probably not going to choose the same play twice. I don't think I have a need to. This is also the best screen in the game. I also break that down in our Trips Halfback Week video. It is great to pull off in the hurry up. There's only one knock against it is if you run it too many times in a row, the defensive lineman will play it. And so here's a situation where I don't like my initial play call. In the halfback base, it's running to the strength of the defense there. So now I'm going to audible this halfback direct, and I should have a lane here to the left, and I do, and make a juke, we get a big play. But this is what I'm talking about here, right? Better players that have a better understanding, which is what all of us here are going to get to, is when you know your formation, you know your offense, it's so easy to make game plans out of it and scheme around it here. And as we fumble here. But that's okay. Again, we're not going to take it out of the video. Fumbles can happen. But you saw the entire possession was probably easier in some sense than the coach suggestions, but I also had the control of it. So now let's go back to coach suggestions one more time, and I will stay here. Again, read option, quick base, PA cross. they're almost like default plays picked, so you're not going to get a lot of variety from possession to possession. Good drop. Kind of goes along with the video. We had the running back open. But here we go. 2nd and 10. Another PA all-in play. You have draws. Again, I'm going to run what coach suggestions is telling us here. Nothing there. So now we're in a 3rd and 9 situation, right? These aren't manageable situations. These aren't the situations you want to be in. Ideally, you want to be in 3rd and short, right? So it makes it easier to pick up, especially if there's a situation to go for it on 4th down. Underneath play, not really there. And so, again, I got the 3rd down play, but that's not a great play. We're not trying to run drive here on 3rd and 9. So let's get past this between quarter screen. Halfback base is always a good play, so I won't knock the coach suggestions for giving me a halfback base. One of the better runs in the game. Consistently, the blocking is usually pretty good. But again, they gave us a read option and a halfback draw. I chose the pass play to get some kind of variety here, different. But if you look at this, none of this stuff is like ideal. We're just getting random plays here at this particular point. This looks like man, and unfortunately, I think this play's gonna cook man. We actually had Y open as well. B's gonna get open. And I know you may say, Louisiana, when you just put 2 scoring drives of coach suggestion. It's not about the scores. It's that when you play against another person, is that realistically is coach suggestions is not going to do you any favors because the play selection is all over the map, right? So let me go put another drive here together. We got 2 minutes to put a drive together out of Trips halfback week. Get to the play here. Now, something like this, right? Bombs can happen. This is a designed bomb. It's not necessarily the read I'm just trying to go for, but this is something that can work if it's there. Great throw by, I don't know who our quarterback is, but great throw. So I'm going to come out here. Again, I picked halfback direct. I don't like this play for this situation. So now I'm going to audible. And this is the benefit of you running your own scheme and you having control over which plays are going to work and how to manipulate the defensive front that they're giving you. So, again, I'm going to continue running plays here, making my reads. See what they're going to give us here. We had underneath, we chose to wait for the guy coming across here. So now I'm running this halfback angle screen here. See how this works out. And see, that's actually I'm glad this came up. That's exactly what I was talking about. Is the defensive tackle because we've ran this in somewhat, what's the word we're looking for? Um, re- Repetitive succession, right? Is they were able to read that and the AI went and played it here. Take this underneath, get this first down. Minute 36, but we're controlling the clock here now. I'm going to run drive. We talked about this earlier. Minute 23, so now we're controlling the clock, right? We have our reads. And I'm controlling everything on the defense. Now I see there's no help. I'm going to put this guy on a streak. And he beats the press. And we're going to pass lead outside here. Possession, catch it. And then here's the tip, right? Is, again, 4-point game. What you would do is you would put your chew clock on and you would not want to score right away. Or if the clock already runs like this, you can run the time down. So that way you're giving your opponent less time as we dive down here to get tackled. That's giving them less time with the ball here to try and score before the end of the half. So now I'm going to pick just halfback direct. Again, I'm not necessarily trying to get in, but if I get in, that's fine. We get in, that's fine. We feel like we can hold defense for 10 seconds. But the point of this video, right, was just to show you guys the control of the offense. It's not that you can't score out of coach suggestions. Again, it's simply that you don't have the same control of the offense and the plays that you're controlling to manipulate the defense. You can audible around to the different plays. So I hope this tip helped you. Apply it. This can go to any formation, not just trips halfback week. Stay out of coach suggestion, guys. It's going to make you a better player, I promise you. Catch you guys on the next one.